Blame Truth here, and I'm back with another video, and man, I got some receipts to show you today. I'm basically a Black Friday sales printer right now, okay? I seriously have so many receipts that contradicts or counteracts what Treyarch have said. And yes, they actually spoke. Believe it or not, when their sales are down like 63% or whatever, they talk to us. It's insane. But yeah, it's true. They actually responded to Exclusive Ace's video on his matchmaking tests, where he basically proved, with a small sample size, but still proved, that skill is not being minimally considered. This matchmaking is not the same as the beta. Now, I think there are two types of people that still fuck with Call of Duty nowadays. The first type will never believe anything they say because they have lied so much. On record, they've gotten community noted, for God's sake. You know, and that's fine. And then there are people that are going to believe everything they say, no matter what it is. Because why would the trillion-dollar company lie to you? These two types of people will be the context for the entirety of today's video. Without further ado, though, let's get right on into the meat and potatoes because, viewer, I got a lot I want to get off my chest. Believe it or not, I actually try to stay in the middle. It's not my fault they lie so much, is all I'm going to say, but I do stay in the middle. And I say that because in the Black Ops 7 beta, and I went on record to say this, I said, in the Black Ops 7 beta, it feels like the skill part of the matchmaking is just flat out off altogether. I tested it pretty extensively. I played for hours, and I'm like, yeah, it's either off completely or it's the same matchmaking we got pre-2019. Black Ops 4 and back. That's what it felt like. Instant matchmaking times. I'm talking like 3 to 6 seconds, usually. Rarely would it ever go into the double digits for searching for a match. In the beta, they were 100% telling the truth as far as I can tell. The issue is that they're not consistent. They're not consistent with their explanations. They're not consistent with their COD updates Twitter. They got community noted. Like, let's really think about that. Just a year ago, they were community noted with hard evidence. I have covered so many things they have blatantly lied on. I've covered the lawyer talk, the legal speak, the legalese. It is not a consistent thing that they do, telling the truth, I mean. So I understand why people are skeptical. They have earned that reputation. But regardless, they didn't publicly address this. They privately sent an explanation to Exclusive Ace, and then he tweeted a response out, which is just, again, it's weird. Why would they go through Charlie Intel? I covered this in the last video, but why would they go through Charlie Intel to announce these changes? Why are they going through scapegoat YouTubers and social media influencers to relay these messages? Why can't they do it directly? Regardless, look at this and tell me this is not a load of crap, please. So Ace says, update on yesterday's video regarding matchmaking in Black Ops 7. I've been in contact with Treyarch, and they've been looking into the matches I was testing on my accounts. They've reiterated to me that nothing has changed with the matchmaking at all compared to the open matchmaking in the beta. However, they stated the player demographics and playlist selections are very different in the full build versus the beta. So the discrepancy that many of us have had with our experience in the beta versus at launch is most likely due to these factors. Huh? This is something I noted in the video as a potential reason for this, and I believe that it's the case after discussing things with them. I'm hoping to see something official come out after the Thanksgiving break, so you don't just have to take my word for it, but time will tell. Now, wait a second. The player demographics have suddenly changed from the Call of Duty beta to the Call of Duty full release. What does that mean? Did the player base get more Spanish or something? What happened? Did they age 10 years? What does that even mean? This is a scenario where I would be asking, if I were in Ace's position, can you explain what you mean like I'm 5? Can you really break this down for me? Again, I don't think Ace is like getting paid by these people and is under the table. I think he's a pretty reliable source. I just think he is too positive for his own good. He's too optimistic. And I'm sorry, I hate to be so pessimistic, but look who we're dealing with here. Look at this company, you know, like they are just liars. And I'm going to prove that with this statement, they are lying yet again because I have the receipt of all receipts to show you guys. After a brief word from this video's sponsor, you will see it. So this little powder right here does 3 things that they will charge you $10,000 for. But the FDA approved it, so they're screwed. 1, it releases stem cells from your bone marrow. 2, it makes you 27% harder to kill. And 3, it floods everything with nitric oxide. It's like going to the clinic and ordering the entire menu with stem cell therapy as the cherry on top, but it's chocolate and it costs a fraction of that. And if you think I'm exaggerating, listen to this. Dr. Simon Mills, one of the top herbal medicine researchers in the world, had this to say.
Dark chocolate is a medicine. End of. One of the best medicines around is 50 grams, 100 grams of 75% or more dark chocolate. Brain health as well, cardiovascular health. They do studies where they've put cocoa into volunteers, that means students usually, so young kids, and they were able to show changes in their blood flow within minutes, certainly within an hour of eating cocoa. Beneficial changes in your blood flow.
They call it the heart medicine.
Yeah, heart, circulation, brain, but it also, of course, we know it contains a few other beneficial stimulating effects, sort of similar to the effects of coffee, which incidentally, as I've already said, is a medicine as well. But cocoa and chocolate does have an uplifting effect, which is why we love it so.
That's right, dark chocolate, but here's where people get it wrong. The flavanols, the part that actually does anything, gets destroyed when chocolate is processed. Regular chocolate has 50 milligrams of dead flavanols. But Black Forest high flavanol cocoa powder has 1,200 milligrams of pharmaceutical extracted flavanols. Normally, you can't claim benefits in the supplement world, but the FDA signed off on a health claim saying cocoa flavanols support heart health and reduce cardiovascular risk. And trust me, I don't care about the FDA, but the evidence on this stuff was so strong they couldn't ignore it. Studies have shown that the brain gets sharper 8.6 seconds faster in cognitive tests. Blood flow where it counts, 80% improvement, and the heart gets stronger, 27% less death. All proven through a 21,000 human case study trial conducted by Harvard. And Black Forest just launched their biggest deal of the year, and it's insane. Buy one, get one free on the entire store, plus get an extra free bottle of NMN with every order. That's right, every single order gets a bonus NMN on top of the full buy one, get one free. This ends in 48 hours, and when it's over, it's gone for good. Peep the link in the pinned comment or the video description and get you some now, guys. Cocoa prices are rising. Who knows if it'll be this cheap again in the future. All right, guys, welcome back to the meat and potatoes here. Let's just get right on into proving these guys wrong. Let's go back and look at that Ace tweet. This is really interesting. I'm just going to ask questions here, okay? I'm going to ask questions. You guys can draw your own conclusions. That's really all I want to do. So Ace talks to Treyarch, and they explain the details of matchmaking, right? But this doesn't make any sense. A few months ago, before they made these matchmaking changes, Treyarch actually washed their hands of any involvement with the matchmaking. They essentially said, it is not my department. And I have this on record here from a reliable source. A few months ago, in regards to all the questions about SBMM and disbanding lobbies as it pertained to the Black Ops 7 beta when it was first running, Treyarch told us they see the comments on it, but it's not under their control to change or adjust those. We are just the developers. I'm just asking questions. Which one is true? These two statements completely contradict each other. And I brought this Charlie Intel tweet up when the devs were talking to us about the matchmaking. Guys, Treyarch is not in control of the fucking matchmaking. It is all on the Activision and Demonware end. Demonware makes the system. As far as I'm aware and as far as I can tell, one of these statements isn't true, and it's by the same company. So they are lying in some capacity. There are some people out there there that don't like my videos. They think I'm a conspiracy theorist, or they think I'm just a grifter or whatever. But look at those last two images I showed you, the Charlie Intel tweet and the exclusive Ace tweet, and tell me, like, objectively, does like your dislike of me blind you that much? Tell me objectively, am I making a mountain out of a molehill? Like, how can you defend it? Do I need to put on a luchador mask and change my name to Culpar a la Verdad and then present you this information so you believe it? Like, I understand that I am just a guy covering Call of Duty doing kind of a CM Punk impression on YouTube. I get that. But, like, look at what I just showed you. And please, someone prove me wrong. Someone prove me wrong. What I just showed you, show me where I'm misleading anyone, I'm wrong, whatever. Like, I don't see any logical way you can see the evidence I just showed you and then side with that company and believe them. I am showing you a bona fide lie with receipts in one direction or the other. It is a lie from Treyarch. Maybe Activision's lying to them and they are lying by proxy without knowledge of it. But either way, something is not right. But it gets worse. This guy responds to Ace and says they can say whatever they want, but they can't explain why Battlefield 6 8v8 TDM is pretty much instant matchmaking, while BO7 is anything but. It's very clear that ping is not king in Black Ops 7. And I wanted to run just a knee-jerk test to show you what it's like how fast is matchmaking when there is no SBMM. In Battlefield 6, I don't think I've ever had to wait over 15 seconds to find a match of Conquest. No matter the time of day, nothing. Like, there's never any wait time, and there's more players being taken into account. If the matchmaking, the skill aspect was minimally considered, every single person playing Black Ops 7 would be matching within like a 10-second window, pretty much. On average, it would be under 10 seconds to matchmake. It is exactly the same as the skill-based matchmaking where it's turned up in the regular standard matchmaking pool, whatever they're calling it now. They might call it something different next week and completely contradict what they say like they love to do. But look at this. I actually stopped this video mid-commentary, and I booted up Battlefield 6, and I searched for a match of Conquest, and this was the first result I got. It took 2 seconds. I can recreate this over and over and over and over. It's like anywhere from 2 to 15 seconds, and I am in a match. I could be playing solo. I could be playing with a party, whatever. It just throws me in a game. If a game's available and it has good ping, it puts me in that lobby. Why have we strayed so fucking far from the basics like this? Like, this is why Battlefield 6 beat Call of Duty this year. Like I said it would. Because it's just doing the basics. It's recreating the basic stuff and doing it really well. The stuff that's always worked. The stuff that didn't need to be changed. That's all it's doing. And that's why it won. And thankfully, people responding to this Ace tweet do have a brain. They have some logic to them. This guy said it best, I think. Please don't fall for this blatant gaslighting from the company who has lied to you multiple times on record before. I just showed you a lie in this video, and it's entirely related to this tweet. You have the answer within your small tests. If you can find lobbies on the second account in a shorter amount of time or close to the same time as your main account, that means it's not the demographics. It's the factor of something causing you to connect to these further away servers. That factor is skill. If the skill was truly minimally considered, you should still be connecting to the servers closest to you because ping should be higher than minimally considered skill in their matchmaking algorithm. It should be connecting you to the highest skill server with the lowest possible ping. In the beta, it was doing this. Since launch, they have changed it. Yes, this is exactly it. In the beta, I stuck up for them. In the beta, it was like what they say, but something has changed on the back end. And while Treyarch may not be lying to us directly, Activision most likely is. No, not even most likely. They are. I mean, I just showed definitive proof that they're lying about something, whichever side it is from those 2 screenshots from Charlie Intel and Exclusive Ace's tweet I showed earlier. They are lying about something. If for some reason you are still not convinced, I have another receipt from a few years ago, and I just need to show it to you, okay? The last time they talked about matchmaking this openly, they lied about it, and we proved it. We proved it with scientific tests. This is from their official matchmaking statement, and they released an entire white paper dedicated to this, but they say that connection is the most important thing in their matchmaking algorithm, and skill and performance is right there in the middle. Minimally considered, to them, could be something as simple as switching, in their heads at least, the skill performance metric there with like the platform and input device metric in the open playlists and calling it a day for what we see in the full Black Ops 7 release. To continue with their bullshit in this same matchmaking blog, talking about the strict matchmaking we've seen for years, they say that the number one factor for matchmaking is connection. As the community will attest, ping is king. Connection is the most critical and heavily weighted factor in the matchmaking process. It wasn't true then with Modern Warfare 3's matchmaking, and it's not true now with Black Ops 7's open matchmaking. And we can just scientifically prove it. Like, does Call of Duty think their entire player base are morons? Please, guys, I'm begging you. Stop being stupid and believing them when you can clearly prove them wrong. The time to match is another factor. That is the second most critical thing. And again, that is not true. It's the same for open as it is with the standard matchmaking in Black Ops 7 from what I can see in people's test results. It's essentially the same. Again, this is back when it was quote-unquote only strict, but you get what I'm saying? Like, if this were true, if connection and time to match were the main factors, the matchmaking would be like it was in the Black Ops 7 beta. They have skill and performance all the way down there near input device. Why is that even a factor? And recent maps and modes and playlist diversity? I'm sorry, dude. But they just bullshit you over and over. Again, I am going to buy a mask, dress up like Rey Mysterio or El Grande Americano, and relay this information again to all the people who, write off my videos or whatever. Dude, what else do I need to show you? ¿Qué más necesito mostrarte? Pero espera, esto empeora. On the Black Ops 7 subreddit, they posted these findings, and it was the top upvoted post. And so many people in the comments were saying, see, you guys that are complaining about the matchmaking are just bad. Do you see? Like, I'm sorry. I have to call it like I see it. I truly think the Call of Duty community, the general Call of Duty community, are the dumbest motherfuckers on planet Earth. Look at what I just showed you. And tell me these people right here I'm showing you in the comment sections are not stupid as hell. It's not everyone, though. Thankfully, a lot of people there are calling this out. This person says, so the multiple professional players who have noted this are just bad in your view in response to these morons just saying, well, people aren't as good as they think they are. The average player has gotten better. If anything, the average player has gotten worse because the matchmaking holds their hand. Any average to bad player is just going to stay in that average to bad area because they never face better competition. They never learn anything. They never improve. And this guy says, for real, If fucking Scump, Octane, and basically every pro in the last 15 years can notice it, and by it he means that the matchmaking is still fucked in Black Ops 7, you'd be an idiot to think it's not true. But that is the Call of Duty community. Like, let this video serve as the ultimate proof that the general populace of Call of Duty are the dumbest people on the planet. I'm sorry, I have to call it like I see it. I can't show you any more clear evidence that you are being lied to. If you still choose to believe them, I wash my hands of you. You are too fucking stupid to save. I can't do anything about it. The thread goes on to say the Acti bootlickers can never respond to this. Yeah, you can't. The very fact this is top upvoted shows just how out of touch this subreddit really is sometimes, to be honest. It's got major participation trophy, pat on the back for your purchase energy. It's wild how they delude themselves into thinking the average player got as good as Octane and Scump in the last few years. Again, though, it's not the entire community that is stupid. There are outliers, and this guy, at least on my end, got the best comment. So he's at the top of this response from Treyarch. He says the problem is his stats prove the point, though. Ping is not king. If you're too good, your ping is going to take a hit, and in Ace's case, by almost double. And that's atrocious and shouldn't be acceptable or accepted by the community. The people that are actually calling the stuff out are the smart ones. I'm sorry, but they are. The dumb ones, everyone who has just sat idly by and let this stuff happen and were just toxically positive, yes, that's the thing, have gotten you to this point where Black Ops 6 disappointed everyone and turned all these people against the franchise. Like, because you are toxically positive, and I'm even talking about Ace here, you need to be negative and call stuff out or it won't change. You need to speak with your wallet and not purchase the game, or stuff will not change. Even when they do change, like they showed with the Black Ops 7 beta and the matchmaking stuff, they will revert it right back if you let them. Every bit of negativity to this franchise is not enough. It is entirely deserved, and it's still not enough. I want you to, again, prove anything I say in this video as it pertains to what I've talked about wrong. I welcome you to prove me wrong. I am waiting. In closing, I'm just going to say to Ace, I know you made a new channel to avoid the negativity with Black Ops 7. You're making the videos for Black Ops 7 fans and stuff like that, but do not sugarcoat this. Stop being toxically positive and believing everything they say and just ask basic questions. Reference the irrefutable evidence I showed you that they are lying about something. Reference every single time they have not told the truth before. Like, I'm so sick of just people not doing that. I'm not being a grifter when I'm just pointing out that they are lying through their teeth, and I'm showing you evidence of it. I don't know what else I need to do, but please do not mislead the community. Please do not side with the morons who stick their fingers in their ears and cover their eyes and don't see the evidence that's right there in front of them. This isn't a conspiracy theory. This is not a guesstimation. This is not hearsay. This is scientific stuff here. I'm showing you hard proof. Guys, I'm out of time. I hope you enjoyed this video. This stuff is just going to get messier and messier. These people, Activision Blizzard, I truly thought they would learn their lesson this year. They have learned nothing. Any chance they get, they will screw you over. Please believe me. I hope you guys enjoyed. Rate, comment, and subscribe. Ring that notification bell. I'll catch you on the next one. Have a good one. Peace.